please click that subscribe button, like, share, comment, click that notification bell for all the latest episodes of the Joe Rosano Show. Now, before I get to your questions and comments, I came across some videos today, and some were brought to my attention that, quite frankly, I'm sorry if I think they're funny. So let me let you take a look, and you tell me if you think they're funny too. So give me 1 second here. Just some of these I just think are so funny. So 1 second for me. Thank you so much. Hope everybody's doing well today. So let's see where you are, and one of them is going to be Erica. As we all know, folks, it's Erica. Erica, Erica, Erica. All right, here we go. Come on, what do you got for us, Erica? If anything. Or play button. There it is. Here we go.
Comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO, and I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on. There is a serious epidemic of dehumanization plaguing this country. The most unthinkable tragedies have now become commonplace in our daily headlines, and yet the media finds a way to conveniently explain away violence.
Hey, so you heard her. She looked a little gangster to me. I don't know. Made me a little nervous there, Erica. When I first looked at that, I went, ah. So, is Erica lying? Okay, I mean, because we know from time to time, Erica, if you're watching, you're a bit of a fibber, ma'am. You lie sometimes. Come on, about your boyfriends and stuff. We got you. Where you been? That type of thing. Oh, come on now. But all right, Candace Owens. Okay, now I do not watch Candace Owens all the time, right? But if somebody were to ask me, okay, Candace Owens has inferred, insinuated, allegedly that Erica was some kind of handler, a government asset, what I call a guy my age, a secret agent. And again, she has never come out and said that Erica killed Charlie. But I tell you what, allegedly, I always got to say that if Candace Owens takes a polygraph test and somebody says, "Do you think Erica was a co-conspirator in the assassination of Charlie Kirk?" Yeah, I think she's going to say yes. I mean, again, I'm not saying that she goes on there and accuses Erica of murder. I want to make that very clear. But I mean, it's Erica, Erica, Erica all day long on her podcast. I mean, she certainly thinks Erica's up to something that's no good. So, Erica also said that we seem to be desensitized to violence. Right now, I'll give you an example. Okay, look, when I was a kid, right, and I didn't do it, but somebody went into a convenience store, took a pack of gum. You know, you got tackled by the police on your way out. Okay, both races, white people too. And in California, you could go into a CVS, bust the glass, take a bunch of razors, razor blades, and whatever else. As long as it's not $1,000, you don't get into trouble. All right. So yeah, I mean, we are a bit desensitized to this. Now, I'm going to play another clip here, right? And this one is going to kind of prove kind of what I'm saying here. So again, bear with me. I do want to share this because it's pretty cool. So 1 second for me here. Let's cue this up. This from Vice President J.D. Vance. And he was on ABC this week. This was during the campaign. So, again, you're definitely gonna want to hear this one. Right there. Right there. I mean, Democrats, Republicans, independents like myself, only a handful of apartment complexes were taken over in Colorado by Venezuelan gangbangers. And we have someone, mostly respected reporter, commentator, analyst from ABC, where, by the way, is where Jimmy Kimmel and The View are, just in case you were wondering, saying, "Let me stop you there, Senator," which he is now vice president, and say it's only a handful of apartment complexes uh, that are taken over by Venezuelan gangs. I got to tell you, folks. All right, the guys, the Venezuelan gangs that went in there with guns and took over the apartments, they're not door dashers. They're not delivering a Domino's pizza. All right, and I have to say, if I took those gang members to her residence and let them take it over, okay, her and her husband are on the floor while they're eating their food. Is that going to be just a hand? It's just hey, it's just one house. It's just one house. So let me stop you right there, ma'am. It's just your house. See where I'm coming from? Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Got one more for you. All right, let's check this one out. This one, I'm goodness. Sometimes I just wonder what gets into people's minds. So yeah, let me share this for you because I'm gonna have to scroll this one around a bit because uh this one is really crazy. Okay, so here we go, folks. We have this is again, this is the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Okay, while they're clearing people out after the alleged assassination attempt on President Trump. Okay, now speaking of President Trump, all right, so there is a mysterious man right here behind the curtain. Okay, the arrow's pointing to him. It's like I don't know if it's Donald Trump, it's the Wizard of Oz, just not sure. But okay, you have, all right, I would say respected commentators, respected podcasters say, aha, it was staged. There's Trump right there. He's watching it. Well, let's let's take a closer look. Okay. You see this guy's head? Do you see the light right there reflecting off his bald head? Right. Um, okay, so now we're gonna take a look at Trump. Right here. That's Donald Trump, right? Jeez. Donald, you seem that must have been such a scary incident because you seem to have gone bald right there during this whole conflict. Again, look, boom, look at that light. Let's take a look at this one. Look at that light. Seriously. I just want to get nice and close here. Now, in addition, okay, Let me back up just a hair. You see this? This guy seems to have lost about President Trump seems to have lost about 150 pounds here. Okay, this guy's thin and this guy's bald. All right. That's what I'm looking at. All right. I mean, light reflects off a bald guy's head. I got a bunch of buddies of mine are bald. I played soccer with. You see how light reflects off a bald head? See that? It doesn't like reflect like that off of Donald Trump's. It's not orange anymore. He's gray hair now. So, folks, I got to tell you, I cannot come on here, be responsible, and say that's President Trump watching the staged assassination. I'm not saying the assassination wasn't staged because I don't know one way or the other, but I'm telling you right now, that's not President Trump. I mean, his picture certainly doesn't look like it. I mean, I wouldn't pick him out of a lineup if if that were the case. I really wouldn't. So I again, it's always got to be this, right? It's got to be this. So um, again, where are we now? We are in a place where we don't know what is or is not real. Okay, we just don't know. I mean, again, I'm going to go back to this one more time. You got now Donald Trump again. You got here are, I guess, a Secret Service, Capitol Police. I assume. I think for some reason this guy's name is just slipping my mind. I don't know if it's Witkoff or one of those guys. Um, but yeah, I mean, nice shiny head. All right, they all shine their head, and this guy shined his too. So again, I just not sure that that's President Trump because it just doesn't look like it. So, with that being said, we'll move on to your questions and comments. We really appreciate it. Once again, please click the subscribe button, like, share, comment, click the notification bell for all the latest episodes of the Joe Rosano Show. So, let's get to the first question here. Maybe I should put my glasses on. Um, I'll make a guess. Trump is like 80 years old. JD Vance is what? JD Vance is the new potential president of the United States. That's why he got rushed out quick. What I have been told, okay, and again, good source, is that the Secret Service has a protocol when the sitting president and the vice president and the sitting vice president are in the same room. Okay. Now, an assassination attempt on the president of the United States training now from Secret Service training is that they consider that the worst case scenario, that's how these guys are, that the president has been assassinated and the vice president must be secured. That is why JD Vance got secured first. Now, that is what I would have to say a very good source has told me. Okay. And again, yeah, I know that, yeah, but like here comes the next comment. Okay. This is okay. It was staged so he could justify getting his stupid ballroom in the bunker underneath. Let me tell you why I got a problem with the conspiracy stuff, even the Charlie Kirk stuff, this stage stuff, right? Is I just don't think people can keep their mouths closed that well. Seriously. I mean, somebody would go on CNN or you ever watch like one of those interviews where their face is like it's blurred out and their voice is muffled. That's the thing. Where's the whistleblowers? Do you see where I'm coming from? I mean, you ever tell a friend a secret? Hey, look, it's between me and you. I wouldn't do that because it's never just between me and you. Now, when something like this happens, right, you need at least 50 people, 100 people to stage this, right? I mean, what if this guy that was attempting this assassination got shot in the face? Collateral damage, I guess. I guess he raised his hand and said, "Hey, look, man, if I get shot, I get shot. We love you, Donald." Excuse me, I don't think so. I really, really don't. I think that, again, they hate this president so much and they try to kill him all the time. I mean, I said on my show earlier this week that when my wife says, "Hey, they made an attempt on President Trump," I'm like, "Hey, look, it's Shark Week. I'm watching Sharks right now. I'll look at it later. I'm watching the ball game because it just happens so much that I don't even pay attention to it anymore." But is this fake? Is this fake AI? I mean, is this staged so he can get his ballroom, or that because his poll numbers are bad, or because of Iran, or because of Epstein? I don't know, folks. I got to tell you, I really really don't know. Let's let me dig up another one here because again, sometimes I gotta tell you, the folks just seems to have lost their minds, some of them. So again, I got a zillion of these. So I'm trying to pick the ones where folks aren't completely nuts. So let's see here. Here we go. I had said, "Hey, look, I would like for Erica Kirk and Candace Owens just get in a boxing ring and fight this out, right?" Um, Let me I'm not quite sure I completely understand this, and maybe some of you could translate this for me in the comments. Um, but, we have somebody here. Let me see, who is it? I think it's let's see, okay, we got, Yashi Gracias Yahara. That wouldn't be fair because Larry was built bigger and stronger. I again, maybe I'm decade impaired. I'll ask my wife later. She probably knows exactly what that means. I don't know who Larry is. Or unless you're talking about Laura, Laura Loomer, because the two of them almost got into it too. Um, I don't know. I really, really don't. So I guess he meant Laura. I assume because again, Laura Loomer and Candace Owens also kind of got into it a bit, and maybe that's what happened. So next question or comment, I should say. Let me get it on here for you. Lost my questions. I mean, my comments. All right. Does it feel like these attempts are becoming normal? Uh, or is that exactly the problem? Do you feel these events are becoming normal, or is that the problem? Well, I mean, and it gets back to what I just said. Um, is that I don't even pay attention to it now. When somebody says, "Hey, there was an attempt on the president's life," I'm like, "Well, wasn't there one yesterday, or 3 weeks ago, or a month before that?" I mean, it's just hard to keep up. It really is. I mean, it's a shame. It is a shame. Um, so, and some people will come on here and tell me how stupid I am. Like, I don't hear that all day in the first place. So, at least I think this person's gonna tell me how stupid I am. Here we go. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. If that was the case, then why was the Secret Service standing behind the president and not in front or around the president? I'm not a Secret Service agent. The only thing I know is what I've been told is, again, when they're together, okay, if let's say you run to the president, okay, he's the target now, okay, think about this. Nobody is, they're not going to come into that building 'cause they want to shoot Melania or the vice president. President Trump, generally, if there's gunfire in the area, it's probably an assassination attempt on the president. Now, again, nobody has come out and said any of this except that manifesto looked pretty bad. I got to tell you that. But again, if I'm at the White House Correspondents' Dinner and this happens, they're not coming for me. All right. They're there for Trump. So they just assume that, hey, they got him. We better get the vice president first. That's what they say. I mean, that is supposed to be standard Secret Service protocol. Again, that is what they tell me. So I'm just not 100% sure, but sounds reasonable to me. Uh, let's see. We got next here is next time hire better actors. Here we go. There we go again. It's an act. It's staged. Everything's staged. I mean, look, if there are podcasts you can watch right now that'll tell you Charlie Kirk fell through a trap door. All right, he's still alive. He's in a tunnel. All right. I mean, a terror reader said that Charlie is still alive. I can feel his presence. I suppose. I mean, again, sometimes, I mean, these things just are so outrageous sometimes. And, you don't know what to believe. And I'm doing my best here to, sift through all of this for you. Let's see here. What is it? I think, here we go. Why was there only security on the side of the room? Vance was taken from one side, Trump was taken away behind a curtain on the other side of the room. Now talk to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Wasn't there. I mean, I showed you the image. Okay, Trump was taken out. I mean, they're sitting on the opposite sides. You see, they're one here and one here. You take one that way and one the other way. I mean, let me read it again. Maybe I'm going nuts. Why was there only security on one side of the room? Vance was taken out from one side. Trump was taken away behind the curtain on the other side of the room. I just don't understand your question because why was there only security on one side of the room? Then how'd they get both of them then? How'd they get both of them then, Angie? Put in the comments. Come back. Tell me. I mean, again, I mean, and I do understand, but these guys are everywhere. I mean, you're at the White House Correspondents' Dinner with your partner. There's a possibility the person sitting across from you is Secret Service. It could be a woman. You just don't know. So these folks are everywhere. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let me see here. This is another good one. I like this one. Okay. Uh, I guess this is just, what people really think of me. It's either the dumbest thing ever or it's a conspiracy or it's staged. So let's see here. So you're trying to tell me is they're supposed to protect vice president? Let's see here. So what you're telling me is they're supposed to protect vice president, not the president. My question remains the same. Why don't they shield the president better than they did? I don't think that they shielded him all that bad, quite frankly. Was it? Was it that bad? I didn't think so. I mean, nobody, the man didn't get shot. He got away. He did a press conference afterwards. He wanted the event to continue. He didn't want to leave. I mean, if it were me, I'd want to leave the scene of the crime, of a crime I just staged. The bottom line, folks, and this is unfortunate, people would say to me, "Hey, what'd you learn doing this here Joe Rosano show?" Is that these politicians are a bunch of crooks and they lie to us. I mean, the Kennedy assassination, Lee Harvey Oswald. I mean, I got to tell you, or I'll give you another example is the Charlie Kirk assassination. You got this 22-year-old Tyler Robinson kid. What a shot! What a shot! Wow, seriously, that far away. And people say it's doable. Joe Rogan says it's doable. I mean, yeah, anything's doable, but for his neck just to start bleeding like that from a 30 odd six, sketchy. Then pouring concrete over the crime scene on a Sunday, a bunch of in a place where it's primarily Mormon and they don't work on Sunday, the Latter-day Saints. I don't know. I really don't know. I just think that, because of the government's dishonesty. Okay. I just think that the folks just don't know what to think now. So, they rely on us, and I appreciate that. We call the alternative media, because these folks lie so darn much. That's all there is to it. If these folks did not lie to the level that they lie, um, I wouldn't be on here having to do this, I suppose. But, I guess I love doing this so much. So just keep on lying for me. Thank you. Thank you for lying. Let's go to the next one. We have, so what you're telling me is we're supposed to protect. No, hold on one second. I'm sorry. There we go. I could assure you it's the silence on many, many topics and simple facts for several people. The ones who the ones who tout transparency seem to be extremely silenced. Well, um, I could tell you right now, I can't imagine they're happy about some of the things I say. I mean, I look, Candace Owens, she's got a lot of very good points. I mean, I'm not saying that, in a lot of cases that her and people like Baron Coleman, et cetera, are wrong. I'm not saying that they're wrong, but here's the thing, okay? Some of the inferences, right, of being a handler and maybe being, involved as a conspirator. Folks, I just want to be sure before people's lives get ruined. That's all. We have a lot of examples of this. Central Park Five, they didn't do it. Okay. Duke lacrosse players, they didn't do it. I mean, Richard Jewell, he didn't do it. The Warriors didn't shoot Cyrus. So I mean, only thing I want is just I'm just the kind of person I need the video, not the AI video. I need to see it for myself. Allegations are allegations, but the allegations can really hurt. And I am not saying, and look, I mean, Erica Kirk has a very bad PR problem. You look at the video I just showed you. Okay. She looks like the baseball fury. I mean, I just, I'll tell you what, Erica, give me a call. I mean, I could at least help your PR out because I don't know who tells you to do these things. I really don't. Who tells you to do this stuff? To go out there dressed like that and make comments like that? But at least, if nothing else, Erica Kirk, at least you answered Candace. Again, I just want to see you and Candace one on one in an interview, just going at it. I would love to see that. If Candace is accusing you of murdering your husband, well then all right, face her. I would. I really would. If somebody said I murdered my wife and I didn't, oh, I'm on their podcast tomorrow saying, "Hey, I was at the 7-Eleven. Okay, I was at Walmart. I wasn't there." Erica Kirk just lets it go, lets it go, lets it go, and Candace just gets to say whatever she wants. And Erica does not respond in kind. So there's a vacuum; it gets filled. People think what they think now. I blame Erica's her handlers, whoever gives her PR advice. I don't know if it's Andrew Colvett or Stacey Sheridan or one of these folks over at TPUSA, but she's getting really bad advice. As always, my dear friends, fellow Americans, do appreciate you hanging out. Please like, share, comment, click the notification bell. All latest episodes of the Joe Versano Show. We'll be back on Monday. God bless you. Don't forget to adopt yourselves a pet. We'll see you next time.